Hey, everybody, welcome in. Pull up a chair. It's the LL Sports Podcast. Busy time. There's a ton going on in LL and District 3 and PIAA. Some seasons are wrapping up. There's a bunch of championship games on the slate, and we are really busy. With Jason Guarente, Jeff Reinhart here, LNP and LancasterOnline. First things first. We have a special guest this week. We started our summer intern is here. She started last week. She'll be here through August. You will see her name a lot. And she does podcasting and video and all that cool stuff. So we thought we'd bring her on this week to chat. Payton O'Toole, how are you, kid?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're good. Okay, give us the rundown. You're a whippy old kid. Yeah, go ahead. Give us your resume, please.
Yeah, I grew up. Most of my life, I went to Burrell High School, and then I graduated from Fox Chapel Area High School. I swam at Fox Chapel for 2 years and at Burrell for a year, and now I'm at Ashland University, which is a very small school halfway between Cleveland and Columbus. Mm-hmm. There, I'm a digital media journalism major with a minor in production. And pretty much I do a lot of journalism, a lot of writing, but I also do radio, podcasting, and TV while I'm there.
Nice. Okay. Welcome to Lancaster. It's Lancaster, not Lancaster.
We covered that on the first day.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. All right. We threw you in the deep end, like immediately. Okay, Payton, go to state track and go to district baseball. Let's start with the district baseball. That was on Memorial Day. Yeah. 2 games at the barn. Well, it's the Stormers now. It'll always be the Barnstormers.
It'll always be Clipper Magazine Stadium.
It'll always be the Clip and the Barnstormers. Sorry, guys. 2 championship games, 2 LL champs. Northern Lebanon wins in 4A. LS defends its title in 5A. Jason, fill in some blanks. Go.
Well, Northern Lebanon's 24-1.
They're good.
Only loss was to Manheim Township in the LL semis, and it was a game they were winning in the 7th inning. Oh, so boy. That's how close they are to being undefeated. Adrian Gonzalez, have a day.
Yeah.
3 for 4. With 5 RBIs, nice. A complete game, 1 run allowed.
Nice.
So he won the quarterfinal game and the championship. He has 101 strikeouts in 74 innings this season.
Wow.
This is Northern Lebanon's first district championship. It's the first time they even reached the final. They only had 5 district wins ever before this tournament, and they won 3 games in a week to claim it. They were the top seed. This was just their year. This was their dream team. They had a bunch of seniors and underclassmen coming up to support those guys, and they beat East Pennsboro, which is the 4-time defending district champion. So,
4 in a row for the Panthers.
Yeah, and they won 6 since 2017. So that was the juggernaut in that classification, and Northern Lebanon took them down.
Nice.
With LS, it's a different story. Not a Cinderella, not a first time. They go back to back. And they take out, I'm drawing a blank here. Who did they? Oh, Lower Dolphin, 6-5. Yeah, 6-5. So it's 4-4, 6th inning or 5th inning. James Wall steps up and goes opposite field in the short porch at Penn Medicine Park, which is, for a right-handed high school hitter, that's a shot.
That is.
I mean,
absolutely.
A lefty can pull it there, but for a right-handed hitter to launch one into the front row, it was roughly the same spot where Braden Hart hit a 3-run homer last year to win the district title. LS is really good in that ballpark.
Yes.
They get a huge support system. They fill like the entire the sideline of their side of the field. Yeah. And they're the first time they've ever won 2 in a row. They're 22-4-1. They had that weird tie with Warwick. Which,
finish the game, guy.
We need like hockey. We need like a shootout or something.
That won't even it doesn't show up in our standings because we don't have a tie column.
I never know what to do with the tie. No. But they've lost 4. They won 22, and they are going to take a run here at the state title. They went to the semis last year. Brady Scranton was a little banged up after the game. So he's their ace. He started the first and third game of districts. Their pitching depth was really the difference. They roll out Scranton, and then they roll out Cooper Williams, 2 lefties.
Oh, boy.
And then they have this righty slinging it, Joel Weaver, who's like 3/4 from the right side. So you're looking at the left side, and you're looking at this kid throwing from the right side. And that was their combination all the way into the 5th inning of the final.
Okay.
And then they bring in Cooper Hillen, who hadn't pitched the whole tournament.
And he's good.
And he's really good. And he's, for a 4th option, he's incredible. Yeah. And he finished it out, and he got the save in last year's district title game. He's a shortstop. They don't like to pitch him because he's such a good shortstop, and they want him out there for his defense. but they got into a bind and they went to him and he closed the deal. So 2 in a row for LS, 4th district title total.
And I think
Payton, your takeaways from you saw both games, you covered both games. So give me some highlights. What did you like?
I mean, Cooper Hillen, like we just talked about, he struck out the last 2 batters, and both games ended with a strikeout, and that was just so cool to watch. Like the entire stadium like stand up and clap as they like throw the last strike, and it's just everyone goes crazy after that. That was really cool. Adrian Gonzalez, I mean, you said it, have yourself a day. That was that was my first time getting to see these guys play in person, and I was just like, wow. Like I had read up on them, I knew kind of who to watch, but that was so cool to just watch him watch. The fans as well was so cool. They were just so excited, and it was really funny because all the parents were trying to get on the field after, and they were like ushering them off. They're like, get off the
Come on, Northern Lebanon people.
It was really funny, but I mean, if I were a parent, I'd probably be running on the field too. And one of the coolest things was Adrian Gonzalez said to me when I was interviewing him after, he was like, you know what? He was like, it hit me at the end of the 6th inning, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be a part of history. And that was really cool to just hear him talk about that. And he said he didn't even know he hit his 100th strikeout in the middle of the game. He said he was so focused. And he was like, I asked him how he felt about it. And he was like, wait, I hit it? I was like, yeah, you did. Know. I was like, I think you got another one after that. He was like, oh, that's cool. He was like, I knew going in there was a chance. He was like, but I wasn't sure if I was going to hit it. So yeah, that was definitely a highlight, was that 100th strikeout when you were like, I think he just hit 100.
His mom knew because his mom had a homemade poster and she was holding it up and showing the crowd.
I think she's on my Twitter. She's like, she loves it like when we covered Northern Lebanon.
Yeah. And she is so stressed out watching
I can imagine.
She can't actually watch the game. I went down and she's got her head in her hands like
I was gonna say
every pitch, you know?
Yeah.
It's like,
I didn't know if you saw that, but I was watching her like the whole game. She was right behind home plate and spent the most of the game with her head in her hands. And I was like, but you could just tell she was so excited afterwards.
They were kind of destined, were they not?
It felt like their year. Gonzalez comes up in the first inning with the bases loaded and he slices this line drive down the line. That's fair, barely. And it turns into 2 runs, and they go up 3-0, and it felt like the game was over. He has an 0.75 ERA, so
that's unbelievable.
A 3-0 lead is a huge lead, and he just shut it down, 1 run and only 2 base runners after the second.
I like their leadoff guy, Vi.
Yeah. He's a shortstop. He was 3 for 3.
He's always on base.
Line drives. He made a great diving catch at shortstop. Those 2 are first cousins, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Their moms are sisters, so they've played together, I mean, literally since they were toddlers, their entire life.
Wow.
So, and they were the 2 catalysts for the district championship.
Last baseball question. Northern Lebanon LS, how far are they going to get?
Well, we'll see. I mean, Brady Scranton has to pitch. You know, as deep as LS's pitching is, you still need your number 1 guy.
Yes.
I don't really know what's out there. I think Northern Lebanon has its sights set on a state title run.
They're very good. And they're legit.
LS went to the semifinals last year, and they can beat you so many different ways because they can really hit. Their top 6-7 hitters are among the best, and certainly in the LL and District 3. We also have 2 teams in 6A who are in states.
Who made it? Ephrata?
Hempfield and Ephrata will play a 3rd place game today. It's Tuesday, and they're both all in, so they'll have a shot to make a run. Yeah, seeding game.
I don't know how you do. How do you do that? You throw your aces in that? Like, what
do
you do?
Coaches. Hempfield kind of plays it straight. You know, they try to win it because they see an advantage to being number 3. Some teams just, go out there and just play it like it's an exhibition. It really depends on how you look at
Does the loser there get like Whippy 1?
Yeah,
probably.
You get a tough.
Like you get North Allegheny.
The loser there gets a tough draw. So.
When I say North Allegheny, are you okay over there?
I mean, I'm going to need to take a breather.
Okay. Did the Fox Chapel Fox make states in anything? Are you following?
They did medal at track, which I don't know if this is a segue or not, but
we could make it a segue.
But they medaled in track. Their distance girls got 8th place, I think.
Okay.
And I watched them. They were in the second heat. I think it was of the 4x8, and they beat out enough people in the third heat, and they were just so excited. They were jumping up and down, and them walking around with their 8th place medals, they were just so cute. And I was like, you know what, you got a medal.
You got a medal at states.
And I think those were the only people I really saw there.
Okay.
There definitely could have been more, but those are who I saw. I was more focused on LL.
Okay. So. Very good.
Remember we were talking about Manheim Township getting bounced in the first round by baseball?
Yes.
Muhlenberg won the whole thing. Number 11 seed.
with their mustard uniforms.
With their Savannah Banana
They
uniforms.
did?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Cole Moody pitched 3 games, complete games, in the 4 games in the tournament, and hit a grand slam in the other one. So
Okay.
that's a tournament.
They let kids throw complete
So it just
games
shows
now?
you, well, they do, and they let you throw 105 to 110 pitches, and then it's see you later time.
I think they have like a Michigan M on a Savannah Bananas like logo.
Yeah, I saw some pictures.
Like, what's going on
That
here?
was very, very yellow. Okay, you mentioned track. Let's go there. State championships were last week at Ship. Sadly, the weather didn't cooperate much. Kind of rainy. You guys were both there. I'll throw out who won gold, and then you guys can fill in blanks. Cadell Howard goes out in style, wins the 400 for the 4th year in a row. Wow. Vivian Salerno from McCaskey wins the 800. Mason Proque from Octorara wins the Jav 206.
Yep,
I think 206.
206.5,
Incredible. Elena Schneider from Cedar Crest wins the Jav. She had an amazing spring. McCaskey girls win the 400 relay. McCaskey girls team champs for the first time since 1993. Guys, how was track?
Really cold.
Really cold and rainy.
Cold and wet.
Yeah, I think I had 2 pairs of pants on Saturday,
Oh, my.
and I was still cold.
What'd you think? Did you have a good time?
I did have a great
It's pretty
time.
amazing, isn't it? Just
Yeah.
to watch those kids compete. Track is awesome.
Track is so fun. I cover it when I'm up at school, and it was state track, so it was a little more intense, but it was just really fun to be there and just watch everyone. And there's the highs and the lows. There are people that come off the track crying. There are people that come off jumping up and down, and just watching the kids who stand up on top of the podium and they're just so excited. Like even like in 8th place, like they didn't win gold, but they're still so proud of themselves. Like that was the part that I was like, oh, this is really cool.
Nice.
So that was fun.
Jason, your takeaways. There's a lot. Unpack
Different kinds of greatness, right? You have Ellie Schneider, who is the number 2 seed and probably the underdog.
Okay.
And she throws 159.2.
Wow. Uncorked.
And she's winning.
Yeah.
And the second place girl throws 159.4. So now you're losing with the best throw of your life. And then she goes out there and uncorks a 160.11 to win the gold medal. Her first state gold, the greatest throw in the history of the LL League in the javelin.
Amazing.
That includes both specifications.
Wow.
Back when they threw the other javelin that was easier to throw. It's farther than anyone even with that one did.
Oof. Good timing, Ellie.
So to me, that was just a great athlete rising to the moment.
Yeah.
And then you have Cadell Howard, who injured her hamstring in the 4x4 at districts and scratched the 200.
Scratched the 2.
So we never got to see that epic race in the 200. And there was some debate about whether she was going to run at all.
You texted me and said she might scratch.
Yeah,
And I thought, no way,
She
really?
was not feeling well, and her mom kind of talked her into it and said, you have a chance to win 4 in a row, and it's, an historic achievement, and very few athletes have ever done that.
Nope.
And she is so good that she comes out of the gate, out of the blocks, like in slow motion, because she doesn't want to injure herself, like in gaining speed, and just kind of coasts on a bad leg for 3 seconds slower than she ran at districts, and wins a state title. You don't win state titles that way. Like you have to be absolutely at your best, but she's so good that she doesn't have, like her second best is still the best in the state.
She ran it in like 3rd gear.
Yeah. And it was really about guts and determination. And it was kind of there wasn't a lot of joy in the victory. It was more like, I got through it and I did it. Thank goodness. Let's move on.
We talked about this in March. Can she do this? And
the
win 'em
injuries
all?
was always the thing that was potential. If she stayed healthy, there was no competition at all.
Yeah. Was there an event that impressed you? Were you following a kid around and watching them do something?
Yeah. There were 2 different stories that I wrote on that just kind of really stuck with me. The first one was Jonah Fink. He ran the 800 and he was in heat 2 of 3, like section 2. Ran it, and just stood on the sidelines. And I could hear him while I was watching the 800. I could hear him. He was like, oh my gosh. And then they crossed the finish line and he was staring at the scoreboard and he got 3rd.
Out of
the slow heat, and he was like jumping up and down, so excited. So and for those who don't know, he had a stroke at the end of his 8th grade year.
Yeah, he's the cross country kid from Peckway.
Yeah. And he just he'll graduate this spring. So being able to talk to him about that, and just being able to, he talked about like inspiring others. That was a really cool story. And then also oh my gosh, I'm blanking. The 300 hurdles story.
Ryder Newland.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you. Ryder Newland. He considered his better events to be the 4x1 and the 110 hurdles. And he ended up running the 110 hurdles, and he said someone hit his tail leg in prelims, and he ended up getting like 9th and missing finals. And so he was super frustrated, took it out on his 300 hurdles, moved from 23rd to 8th.
That's a big jump.
Made finals, and then got 5th in finals.
Nice.
So he ended up jumping up that's like 18 spots or something like that. Nice. It was a crazy amount. Again, these aren't like PIAA golds, but they're still incredible stories that were just like,
sure.
Oh my gosh, that one was really fun to watch. I was talking to Christian this weekend about it, and he was like, you got to keep an eye on this kid. He was like, I know he's supposed to run the 110, but you got to talk to him about these 300 hurdles because he made it in. And I was like, okay. And so I'm still learning everybody, but that was a really cool story that he was like, yeah, I was really ticked off were the exact words he used. He was like, and it definitely worked. I was like, yeah, you got to get mad before you run every time, I guess.
Seriously. I like those stories. Those stories are sometimes more fun than the kid who wins gold all the time. Some things that jumped out to me. Furmansky, our guy.
Travis Furmansky.
He finally did it. He got under 9 by a lot. Did he not?
8:55.74.
Wow.
That's the third 3,200 in LL history.
Incredible.
Third runner to get under
He was
9
waiting till the
minutes.
end. He unleashed, man.
He also only ran the 32, so he had all of his energy.
Yeah, he did.
The other two, Colin Whitaker at LS and Adam Kingston, who was the 3,200 state champ last year.
Guys.
And Furmansky was the cross-country state champ in the fall. So he got bronze at the 32 in track and the gold in cross-country. That's a great year.
I would say Sofia Rivera did not repeat. She did not go gold, but she went silver, bronze in the throwing event.
Second in the discus, third in the shot.
Yeah.
She medaled all 4 years in the shot put.
It's still pretty amazing.
And she won 2 discs, so she has 6 state medals. She was also competing on a torn meniscus all year, which Christian Eby reported. So that brought her distances down a little bit. Otherwise, she might have walked off with 2 more golds.
And Ella Petrosky and Briley Miller, who had a great postseason, battling the heck out of each other. They go silver, bronze, and the 100 as sophomores.
Yeah, and that's 2 years in a row for Ella Petrosky to be in second place in the 100. We'll just mention the McCaskey relay.
Yes.
Members, Ella Petrosky's on that relay. Damani Crossan, Alondra Grover, and Corinne Miller.
Heck of a group.
Walked off. You win a AAA gold medal. That is hard to do at state
that's
championships.
That's running. You're moving.
That was
there.
a fun relay to watch for sure.
Yeah, that all the McCaskey relays are fun to watch. And as mentioned, McCaskey girls team champs.
42 points. Team champs by 15 points over Kennett
dominating.
and South Fayette. Well, they had individual champ Vivian Salerno.
Yeah.
They had a relay champ. That's 20 points right there. And then they had Ella finishing second, which is 8 points. So they just piled it up. They have so much depth. Jada Lubin medaled in the javelin.
I saw Ruby's name in there somewhere.
Ruby Garner Valley was on one of the relays. Their 4x8 was also very good.
Nice. Congrats, McCaskey. That's a heck of a accomplishment right there. Okay, let's move on. There's a ton, like I said, there's a lot going on. PIAA boys tennis wrapped up over the weekend with singles and doubles. Tip of the cap to Hempfield's Braylon Garcia, the LL champ. He made it all the way to the semifinals in singles. Lost there, but he came back and he won the 3rd place match. So Braylon gets bronze at states. Good on him. I believe he'll be back next year. I think he's only a sophomore. Okay, let's go indoors. District 3 volleyball. Here's where we're at. AAA, 2 teams standing, Hempfield and Conestoga Valley. Hempfield plays Wednesday in the semifinals against Cumberland Valley. That's a couple heavyweights. Hempfield still undefeated, LL champs. They host. That's Wednesday because Hempfield graduates on Tuesday. 3A consolation match Tuesday as we tape. Conestoga Valley still alive. They play Redland at home. Gotta win. Losers out. Winner goes to the 5th place match on Thursday, and that winner goes to states. That loser is out. So the Bucks are in that win or go home bracket, but they're still alive. 2A semifinals. The rematch, this one's been circled for a year. Tuesday night, Manheim Central at York Suburban. Central beat Suburban in the district final last year. Central beat Suburban in the state semifinals last year. This year, Suburban is the 1 seed. They're playing great. Barron's trying to defend their title. Tricky game on the road. Winner goes to the championship on Thursday at Cocalico. Loser goes to the third place match on Thursday and must win the third place match to make states. Let's also mention District 3 softball. Jason, this is a bit of a head scratcher. There's one LL softball team left, whereas in baseball, you got a lot of teams dancing. Softball, one team left. That's Northern Lebanon. Vikings will play in the 4A championship on Tuesday against Kennard Dale. The Rams are undefeated. They're like 22-0. But Northern Lebanon will make states, and they're the only team left. How shocked are you over the softball setbacks?
Well, mostly Solanco losing.
That was a stunner.
First district game. They went undefeated through the regular season, won the LL championship, and then lost 7-6 in the first round of districts.
Tough one.
It happens in the bat and ball sports. You run into a good pitcher, you have a bad fielding day, and it's over in a blink. So that's a tough one for them. They still had a great 2-year run.
Amazing.
2-time league champs. They went to a district final last year. So
there's something like 35-3 in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, and all their losses are in the playoffs. They didn't lose a regular season game.
Yeah, tough one. All right. We'll see how the Vikings do on the diamond in softball. Last sport to hit is lacrosse. A lot going on there. Start with the girls' side. In 2A, LS and Cocalico were eliminated. They're out. AAA, District 3, championship match Tuesday night at Millersville. Jason, stunner. Township's playing Hempfield.
Well, it is a little bit of a surprise because Hempfield took out Cumberland Valley, which was the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
And those, how Hempfield and Township are big rivals.
Yes.
And in lacrosse, they're sort of in each other's way. Hempfield's been, Township has taken care of Hempfield a lot and ruined their chances at league championship. So this is another shot for Hempfield to get back at them.
Yes, it is. Random notables. Township has won 4 straight and 13 overall. That's pretty good. Hempfield is in the finals for the second time. They were there in 2015 where they lost to Manheim Township.
That's a surprise.
I know. Township beat Hempfield in the LL finals, and they are 3-0 against the Knights this season. Boys Lacrosse, District 3, 2A championship, LS. They only have 1 loss, 2 losses?
Yeah, well, they lost the Township in the league final.
Yeah. They'll play for 2A gold against Lower Dauphin. That's on Wednesday. On Tuesday, third place match, Cocalico plays Twin Valley. LS and Cocalico will make states. LS, as mentioned, playing for a championship. They won the District 3 title in 2023. 3A championship, Tuesday, Manheim Township against Cumberland Valley. They'll both go to states. Township is the defending champ. They've won 3 of the last 4 and 8 overall. Will the streak sweep?
I would think so. I think they're certainly favored to do so.
Okay. Payton, anything else?
I think you guys hit it all.
There's a lot going on. A lot of spring sports.
I know Laura and I talked about this is such an interesting time for an intern to come in. It's like everything exciting is happening at once.
Yes.
And you didn't watch the whole season, so you got to figure out who everyone is.
While learning, who's this guy? Who's this team?
I feel like I asked Jason and Christian all week, and I'm like, so wait, who again? Hold on.
How do I drive to Shippensburg? Where do I go? Where's this game at?
What teams are in the LL League?
I literally have a paper in my notebook where I just wrote down all of the LL League teams just to make sure.
There you go.
It's
and
a
that
lot.
helped me memorize it a little bit.
You're off to a good start.
It takes months to figure this stuff out.
It takes years to
as
figure
soon as
all
I
this
get
out.
it, I'll head back to Ashland. It's okay.
Let's couple quick hitters because I know we got to go. Big 33 was on Sunday night. Maryland wins 18-10 in double overtime, but the LL guys had a night. Jack Knapp, quarterback, Manheim Township, had a touchdown pass for Pennsylvania to start the scoring. Brady Bisco, the kicker from Hempfield. Jason, what did he do?
51-yarder.
It's up and it's good.
The Bisco kicking dynasty continues.
Wow. That's his longest of career. He never hit a 50-yarder at Hempfield. I don't think he did.
In high school, though, you can try those 50-yarders because they put the ball in the 20.
On the 20. It's like a punt if you miss it.
The dumbest rule in the history of sports.
Yeah, I really hate that rule. That's so stupid. Okay, the Tri-County All-Star football game was last Friday. Covered that in the drizzle at Manheim Central. Lancaster beats Berks Lebanon 23-7. Fourth year in a row that Lancaster has won that game since the format switched to Lancaster against Berks Lebanon. Lancaster team looked pretty good. It's nice to see some football in May, I guess. Okay. Anything else for the good of the order from either of you?
I wanted to mention McCaskey tennis player Julian Snell.
Made states
for the first McCaskey tennis player to do so since 1989. So,
oh, my.
An incredible achievement.
I was a freshman in college in 89.
And you probably couldn't beat Julian Snell in tennis.
No, not then and definitely not now. Good for him. That's awesome. That is great. Okay. I think we're good. LL Sports Podcast, a lot coming up. There's still a lot on the plate here. We got district championships. We got state playoffs. We have a lot of teams still dancing. We'll be out covering it all. And again, I remind you, please get to Lancaster Online. That's where our stuff is first. We get stuff up right away after all these games. So make sure you're there. Still grab a paper, pretty please, but get to Lancaster Online because that's where all the stuff is. Okay. For Jason Guarente and Payton O'Toole, welcome. Jeff Reinhart here, LMP and Lancaster Online. Thank you, Tyler, and we will talk to you guys next week. Thanks.